Okay, it's Monday, and that means it's time for another nutrition nugget. And today we're going to keep on the same theme, calories. Oh, God. Turn the channel. Just playing. Okay, so last time I talked to you, it was about can we trust a restaurant's calorie count? They put it on the menu. Hey, this salad has, 800 calories. Is that accurate? Maybe, but probably not. Use those things as an estimate. Now, today, we're going to talk to you about calories and whether or not you need to track them. Do you need to track calories? Do you need to track calories? That answer might be yes. That answer might be no. Might be maybe. Maybe. I like maybe. So, why would you need to track your calories? First, quick little note. I am a certified nutrition coach, so I'm going to give you information based on my education and also my experience. I am not a registered dietitian or nutritionist, so I'm not going to plan meals for you. I'm not going to plan exact meals for you. I can give you options and things like that, guide you in the right direction, give you the information, help you research things. But I'm not going to tell you that for breakfast you are going to eat A, B, and C, and for lunch you're going to eat D, E, and F, etc. I'm not going to be that specific if you ask me for help, but I am going to guide you in the right direction. And I'm going to also help you educate yourself on calories, macros, that kind of thing, micronutrients as well. So back to it. Do we count calories? Do you need to? And the answer is maybe, because not everybody needs to. For me, my weight stays very consistent throughout the year. The only time I would need to really count my calories or track my macros is if I'm unhappy with my composition, my body composition. If I feel like I'm carrying around a little too much fat, I may need to get back to tracking. I may need to see, am I eating enough protein? Am I eating too much carbohydrate, too much fat? I might need to tweak those numbers. But if my weight is staying the same and I'm happy with that weight and it's a healthy weight, then I might not need to track my total calories for the day. So that's a guide for you. Also, am I trying to lose weight? If so, then yes, I need to track, especially if the scale is not going the right direction. When you're trying to lose weight, you start at a certain point. So when let's say I'm 200 pounds and fairly active, and I need my base metabolic rate, my BMR would be maybe around 2,000 calories, but I burn an additional 1,000 calories per day from movement. If that's the case, then we're looking at a maintenance of roughly 3,000 calories. But if I want to lose weight, I need to drop that down, probably about 500 calories per day. Or you could also average that out for a week, and then you could have like a day where you eat a little bit more and a day you eat a little bit less to kind of play around with your metabolism a bit. And then as long as you're in that deficit for the week, you will slowly see the scale come down. Usually. I don't want to say that as an absolute either, because there are people that have some other metabolic issues that hampers that even when they're eating in a deficit. So that's not an absolute, but that's a general rule. So if I'm trying to lose weight, I put myself in a deficit. If I'm trying to gain weight or add muscle, I need to put myself in a surplus or tweak my protein numbers at least a little bit higher. And if I'm going for general health, and this is important, make sure you're getting your blood work done. Get it done at least once a year. I recommend on your birthday or around there. If not, I would really like to see it done twice a year minimum. I know I just said once a year minimum, but I'd really like to see it at twice a year so you can kind of tweak things. So if you have it done once and it's not good, you can play with your diet and bring it down. Don't just jump right to medications. I hate that. And a lot of doctors with traditional medical knowledge are going to tell you right away, especially if they see elevated cholesterol levels, oh, we're going to put you on a statin. Well, have you tried changing your diet yet? Maybe you don't need to jump on a statin. Maybe you need to jump on the healthy food train, right? So I hate jumping to the medications right away. We're always so suspicious about medications, but yet if a doctor says, hey, you got to go on statins, people just say, okay, or hey, you want to lose weight quick? Use Ozempic. Well, what else have you tried? Have you tried exercise? Let's try building some muscle. Those are things that are more important. Let's try getting some rest. That's a whole different rant. Sorry about that. But anyway, let's get back to whether or not you need to count your calories. So general health, if your blood looks great, everything's going well, and you maintain a healthy body weight, then no, you do not need to count your calories. You don't need to waste your time tracking. Tracking is a pain in the ass. I'm not going to lie to you, but it is a worthwhile pain in the ass if you're trying to reach certain goals. So are you trying to get into a physique competition? You need to track. Lose weight, gain weight, both. Track it. It's going to make your life a lot easier, and you're going to reach your goals quicker. And that is your Monday Nutrition Nugget. Oh, wait, let me add this in too. When you track, people are always like, well, how do I track it? I like to weigh my food. And when I say weigh, I want to know like how many grams exactly I'm eating, because then I can take that, convert it into the calories. I can also break out the macros, the fat, the proteins, the carbs, and I can put that all down. There are tracking apps. A lot of people like to use those. Those are good. They may not be perfect, but they will be good. And they're going to give you a good idea or estimate so that you won't go off the rails, and you'll probably meet your goals. And it's a convenient way, plus it's on your phone, it's always with you, right? Whereas if you're tracking it old school way, you're logging it in yourself in your phone or on a piece of paper, depending on what you like to do, depending on where you're at age group wise. The phone's definitely more convenient. So track by weighing per gram. So even a protein shake will come with a serving suggestion, right? It'll say, hey, one scoop, sometimes one rounded scoop. Well, what is that? But it'll also give you the amount of grams, the weight in grams that serving is, to get you that 25 grams of protein. So put your shaker cup on the scale. Scales are cheap, buy one. Convert it to grams. So you just press the grams or the ounces, hit grams, dump the protein in there, make sure it weighs, whatever it is, the 40 grams. And then you know exactly how much you're eating, how many calories, how much protein you're getting, instead of just taking heaping scoops and throwing them in there and not really knowing. And then maybe by the end of the day, you've overeaten on your calories and you're back in a surplus and you're gaining weight instead. And you're wondering why. So weigh your food, weigh your meats, eat whole foods. Then you don't have to track as much either if you're maintaining a healthy weight. Whole foods means lean protein sources, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, healthy dairy. If you have fat issues, when I say fat issues, I don't mean just being fat, but I mean issues cardiovascular wise, high cholesterol wise, then you may want to stay away from certain dairy, possibly. It does make a difference. I've seen it. If you have real deep questions, talk to a registered dietitian. If you're having cardiovascular problems, go see a cardiologist, a good one that understands cholesterol is not the way it used to be in the old school way of thinking. We've come a long way in science and medicine as far as understanding that cholesterol is not always bad. HDL, LDL, VLDL, triglycerides, all of it. You don't want to have a high level of triglycerides, obviously, because it means you're overeating every time you eat. That's why your triglyceride levels go up. And then what does the triglyceride do? That just shuttles fat into your fat deposits, making you look fatter, be fatter, because it's storing it, because you're not using it, you don't need it, you're overeating, over consuming. So work with a cardiologist, work with a dietitian if you need to. Hit me up with any questions. I am a nutrition coach. I can give you some good information. Again, I'm not a doctor, so take what I'm taking and giving to you as education, information, and guidance. That's what I'm trying to help you out with. And that's your Nutrition Nugget. If you have any questions, comment below, like and subscribe, follow along, and let's see if we can get you to your goals.